Good morning everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about the intriguing area of plant nutrition. We will be looking at how plants gather the energy and nutrients they need to thrive and stay alive, uncovering some extraordinary adaptations that have been developed over time, and analyzing the significance of these processes in our lives. Let's get started. Organisms can be characterized by two main modes of nutrition: autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition involves organisms producing their own food via photosynthesis or protein synthesis, while heterotrophic nutrition involves organisms obtaining their food from plants either directly or indirectly. Parasitic plants are one example of heterotrophic organisms, while insectivorous plants, which are modified by forming pitcher-like structures that hold water, digestive juices, and trap insects, must rely on heterotrophic nutrition in order to digest their prey. Photosynthesis is the process by which plants turn sunlight, water, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll, the green pigment, into energy to survive. Light is absorbed in the leaves, and this along with water from the roots helps to convert carbon dioxide into energy. This process is made possible by the stomata, which are the small pores in the leaves which allow in the carbon dioxide. Without photosynthesis, plant life would not be able to exist, and in turn, life on Earth as we know it would be greatly affected. Chlorophyll is responsible for photosynthesis, which is a process of utilizing the energy from the sun to convert water and carbon dioxide into carbohydrates, and releasing oxygen as a byproduct. The chlorophyll absorbs the sunlight and transforms it into energy, which is then utilized to form the carbohydrates from the other two components. Plants can synthesize proteins with the help of nitrogen from the environment. Although nitrogen is present in the air, it is not readily accessible to plants. To help address this, certain bacteria, such as rhizobium, are present in the soil and can convert the nitrogen in the air into a form plants can use. Additionally, farmers often use fertilizers which are rich in nitrogen, supplementing the soil supply. The proteins and fats resulting from this process are then absorbed by the plant, allowing it to use them in its own growth and development. Nitrogen thus enables plants to produce the proteins they need to survive. Parasitic plants are unable to photosynthesize due to the lack of chlorophyll in their leaves. Instead, they rely on other plants for their nutrition, such as cuscuta, or the amarble. The amarble uses its roots to latch onto the stems of its host plant, and from there it extracts water and minerals. This is an example of how plants have adapted to develop alternative ways of obtaining nutrition. Insectivorous plants primarily rely on insects to provide the nutrition they need to survive. One such example is the pitcher plant. Its leaves are specially adapted, forming a pitcher-like shape that can hold both water and digestive juices. When an insect gets trapped within the structures, the digestive juices break down the insect, giving the plant the nutrients it needs. Plants have adapted to obtain nutrition through autotrophic nutrition, which is the act of getting food from dead and decaying organic matter. Examples of such plants are mushrooms, bread mold, and other fungi. These organisms secrete digestive juices on the organic matter, dissolving it and absorbing the nutrients from the solution. This is an unorthodox method of acquiring food, as these plants do not require chlorophyll or any other means of preparing food. Symbiosis between fungi and algae has been critical in the growth of many plants. In a mutually beneficial arrangement, fungi can provide shelter, water, and minerals, while algae provides food through photosynthesis. A visible example of this is seen in lichens, an organism formed by two living together for mutual benefit. This effective partnership allows them to thrive in the most challenging environments. To demonstrate the importance of sunlight for photosynthesis, take two plants of the same kind and keep one in sunlight and the other in a dark room for 2 to 3 days. Afterwards, take a leaf from each plant and test for starch. Put the leaves in a test tube, add some spirit and place the tube in a beaker of boiling water. The green color of the leaves will be released into the spirit. Once the process is done, rinse the leaves with water and put them on a dish. Then pour some iodine solution over the leaves. The leaf of the plant kept in sunlight will turn blue-black while the leaf of the plant kept in the dark will not. This confirms that sunlight is essential for photosynthesis to occur. Saprotrophs are organisms that obtain nutrients by breaking down dead or decaying organic matter, such as bread mold. To observe this type of nutrition, take a piece of bread, moisten it with some water, and leave it in a warm place for 2 to 3 days. You should see the fluffy patches appearing on the bread. Using a magnifying glass or a microscope, you can observe the cotton-like threads, which are the fungus bread mold. This is a great example of saprotrophic nutrition.